What's going on, y'all? This video, I want to give a proper shout out to Elegance Poetry, Pencil Poetry. I've been subscribed to his channel since the end of January, early February of this year, and I just want to give him a proper shout out. If you haven't checked out his channel, his videos, please do so. Link will be in the description box below, and a link to the video that I am referencing in this video will also be in the description box below. But Pencil Poetry made a video discussing lust, lust from the perspective of a, cisgendered man, cis male, and how it impacts cis men, cis males. Now, I want to give a disclaimer. I'm an intersex trans man. I was born intersex, and I identify as an intersex transgender man. So, just so you can kind of get a synopsis, if you will, or a little bit of background information, so you can understand where my perspective is coming from, because I've had the unique experience of being born intersex and living a life that was enforced upon me that I did not identify with ever. And later in life, having the opportunity, having the privilege to live my truths and be who I am and live my authentic life. I say all that to say this. Another disclaimer. Lust doesn't only impact cis men, cis males. It impacts humans in general. But when we look at social constructions, socialization, so like, for example, a social construct would be patriarchy, toxic masculinity, misogyny. This is also how a lot of us are socialized. And when you look at a lot of cis males, toxic masculinity and patriarchy benefits them the most. Misogyny benefits them the most. It is what it is. And I say this because when you look at the lust, everybody, regardless of gender, deals with it. Regardless of sex, regardless of sexuality, deals with it. And yet, it's pretty much expected and encouraged when it comes to cis males. And this is one of the reasons why they lack sexual discipline. Because nobody's really enforcing that the same way that it's being enforced upon women and girls. Women and girls. And anyone that is deemed feminine. So like in the gay community, if you are a cis male bottom, the views of you and how you engage with sex is going to be different than that of a cis male top. Because again, misogyny. So the view is, if you're being penetrated, you should keep your legs closed. Nobody should have access to what's in between your legs or what's behind you, your butt, if you're in the queer community, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody engages in sex differently. Okay, everybody doesn't do the same thing, and that's fine. Get it down, as long as it's consensual and you're taking the proper, hopefully you're taking the proper steps to, keep you and whoever you're getting it in with safe. And like I said, it's consensual. Okay? Two consenting adults. Okay? But it's not the same. Cis males are pretty much encouraged to sleep around, stick their willy in any and everything that walks. This is why there's that saying, a hole has a hole, which I said this before on my other channel. A cis male that lacks sexual discipline is probably not going to be heterosexual. And arguably, a nice portion of them are not heterosexual. But the reason why I say somebody that lacks sexual discipline is likely not going to be straight, lust, and if you don't have any sexual discipline, you will literally screw anybody, anything. We see this all the time. This is why you have a lot of straight men who are sleeping around with other men on the down low. This is why you have a lot of straight men who claim to only like cis women, yet they mess around with trans women, trans men, trans feminine, trans masculine, intersex men, intersex women, intersex people. Which there's nothing wrong with you having an attraction to trans women, trans men, intersex women, intersex people, trans people, non-binary, what have you. Nothing wrong with that. But when you're sitting up here lying and telling the cishet women that you are a cishet man, and that is the furthest thing from the truth, there's a problem. Not to mention a lot of y'all that lack sexual discipline in the cis male community, y'all don't use protection. So again, somebody that's lacking sexual discipline is likely going to sleep with anybody, anyone, anything, anywhere. This is also why you have these cis males who lack sexual discipline, who are operating from a place of lust, who are also sexual predators, rapists, molesters, sexually abusing children, sexually abusing little girls, little boys, kids, other men, other women, other people. This is why this is problematic. And when you have a culture that's constantly pretty much telling cis men, you know, you're not a man unless you are sleeping around and having sex, you have a lot of men who base their entire masculinity based off of the amount of people that they have slept with. And these people be old, like cis men will be well over the age of 18, well over the age of 20, well over the age of 30, still sitting up bragging about the amount of people that they slept with. Yet simultaneously, when it comes to the women in their lives, or the feminine people in their lives, or the men that they're penetrating, the people that they're penetrating, they will have all of this double standard scrutiny about that person's body count. Meanwhile, it's typically the cis male that has a body count well over 100 people. Again, it'll literally be a hoe judging somebody else on their body count when you literally are community penis. You have been shipped around the entire community, but you will be the main one talking about somebody's body count. Misogyny. I'm telling you, this shit is insane. I'm going to do different sections of this video responding to pencil poetry. This was the first video. Stay tuned.